In numerology, the number 8 represents the achiever, one who measures life by the goals that he or she reaches. In the Bible, the number 8 represents a new beginning, a rebirth, or a recreation. So the number 8 is very powerful. Now, I would have loved to talk for 8 minutes tonight, but unfortunately, I can only do a maximum of 7 minutes and 30 seconds, or else I would get disqualified. However, before I share with you why I want to talk about the number 8, why it's important in the context of tonight, let's talk about you all. And I want to start by asking one question, and I want you to think about this. Especially for the members that have been around for a while, for a few months, for a year or more. Do you feel that you've gotten everything you wanted out of joining this club? I want you to try to remember why you joined, what you thought about accomplishing, but most importantly, have you accomplished that? So let's talk about why. Why did you join? Think about why you joined. For me, I was always terrified of public speaking. And I've shared this with some of you before. I didn't graduate from high school because I didn't want to graduate on stage. I didn't want to go up on stage and have to talk and maybe trip and fall and be humiliated. So I was terrified of speaking in public, speaking in groups. I was never comfortable. I would go out to socials, bars and stuff with groups of friends, and I'd always just kind of sit back and be quiet because I was so nervous, to like share my opinions and maybe be ostracized. And I'm sure a lot of you have felt something similar to that, whether it's presenting for your boss or your coworkers, presenting at maybe city council meetings or mental health organizations that you volunteer at. And sometimes, we feel like maybe we're not putting our best selves out there or putting out what we really want to put out. So do you remember what you wanted to accomplish when you first joined? Why was the reason why was the reason you joined, and have you accomplished, or what is it that you wanted to accomplish as a result of that? So for example, was it that you wanted to be more confident when maybe talking to your boss about getting a promotion? Did you want to maybe make sure that when you're presenting to a group of individuals, whether at work or a volunteer organization, that you felt that you got your point across and that you got your opinions across in a powerful way? So what I wanted to accomplish was becoming a professional public speaker. Now, I'm not there yet, but every year that I've been in Toastmasters, that I've gotten closer to that goal. I felt more confident, I felt more self-expressive, and I feel like I can communicate better. I've definitely gotten rid of a lot of ums and ahs because that used to be the death of me. Now, so I ask you, have you accomplished what you went after, the reason you joined? Have you accomplished that yet? And I'll venture to say that probably for most of you, including myself, probably not. So I'm not a professional public speaker yet. I wanted to get paid to do public speaking, because who wouldn't want to do that? I mean, like, you just get paid to like talk. I mean, who can do that? How fun is that? How easy is that, right? And so I haven't gotten to that point yet. Although I did do one presentation a couple of years ago where I got like it wasn't a stipend, it was an honorarium. So basically, I spoke at a college, and they gave I think it was like $300 donation to like some charity or something. So that was like my first kind of like paid speaking gig. But that was one step, right? The next step, hopefully once this whole COVID stuff is done, is to get out on stage and start getting some gigs where I will get paid for that, for maybe inspiring people, for motivating people. That's kind of my goal. That's something that I'd like to do. So like for your goals, what are those goals that have you accomplished them yet? Are you now a powerful speaker? Are you a great communicator? Are you at that point where you can share your ideas easily, powerfully, expressively, with your coworkers, with your friends, with your family, with, in any environment. Think about how it's going to feel if you're not there when you get there. The amount of confidence that you're going to have, the increase in pride. How proud are you going to feel about that? You're going to feel excited. You're going to feel excited to be able to talk and share your opinions and share what's on your mind. You're going to feel a sense of accomplishment, and you can get there. So let's circle back to the significance of the number 8. So as I mentioned before, 8 represents the achiever, one who measures life by the goals he or she achieves or reaches. It represents a new beginning. It represents a rebirth and recreation. Now, I bring that up because at this point in time, we are 8 months away from finishing this membership year, which ends in June, at the end of June. Now, in those 8 months, every single one of you holds the power to recreate yourself. A rebirth, a recreation. 8, to recreate. Now, personally, I would love nothing more than to see that happen for each and every one of you. I would love to see you more confident, more powerful when you express yourselves, not just here at Toastmasters, not just during our meetings, but outside of this club, in any environment. And you have 8 months to do that. 8, to recreate. Now, every month you have the potential to speak twice because we have 2 meetings. You can fill one of those slots. And over the course of the 8 months, that's 16 opportunities to speak. Imagine what you can do if you spoke 16 times from here till next June. How much better would you be as a speaker? How much would you improve? Now, the question is, how many of those opportunities, how many of those 16 opportunities are you going to claim for yourself? Because if you don't claim them, somebody else will. How many of those is it going to take you to get you closer to accomplishing what you came here for? How many of those how many of those will it take to get you to be 8% more confident, 8% more eloquent, 8% more powerful? Fellow Toastmasters, who I feel I can call my friends, my familia, what are you going to do to recreate yourself over the next 8 months? As you think about answering that, keep that phrase in mind. 8, to recreate. Madam Toastmaster.